Hello children, welcome back to Simplified Maths. Dear students, in the last lecture we have studied in detail about the slope of a line, okay, and also its geometrical interpretation. The slope of a line is defined by two ways, denoted by small m notation. And what was the slope of a line uh, definition or say formula? So slope of a line, I just recall it that it is given by two ways, either y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1, or it is tan theta. Okay, do you remember this? Where theta lies between 0 and 180. Okay, so this is what we have studied in the last lecture. Why I recall you this? Because in the today's particular lecture, there are three theory topics we are going to learn, and it is totally based on the slope definition. So the first topic for today is necessary and sufficient condition. In the textbook, it may not be written like necessary and sufficient, but I am writing, and it is true. Necessary and sufficient, okay, sufficient, I'm writing in short, necessary and sufficient condition for two distinct lines, two distinct, okay, two distinct lines, say L1 and L2, okay. Necessary and sufficient condition for two distinct lines L1 and L2 to be perpendicular, parallel, first I take parallel, to be parallel to each other, parallel to each other. This is the title, parallel to each other. Okay, now in the textbook this parallelism and perpendicularity is taken in the one common topic on page number 206. If you see, they have taken the title like this: conditions for parallelism and perpendicularity of lines in terms of their slopes. So I am separating both the topic. So first I am taking what is the condition for the two lines to be parallel, and then we will think of perpendicular. So this is the first thing. Now before I explain this, I have to draw a rough diagram. Rough means total rough, means nothing, no measurement required. Okay, just take two x-axis and y-axis. Then draw two lines which are parallel to each other. Just say this is line L1 and another line parallel to it, say it is L2. L1 and L2. Okay. Now, what do you mean by necessary and sufficient, which is not mentioned in the textbook, but I am giving you this word. Necessary and sufficient means, it means a double implies. Okay, double implies. And double implies means, you know, that the converse of the statement is also true. If the converse is also true, means suppose L1 and L2 are parallel, then there is some condition given which is to be fulfilled, and conversely, if the condition is fulfilled, then the two lines are bound to be parallel. Okay, like you know Pythagoras and its converse both are true, no? Like that. So it is called necessary and sufficient condition. Means double implies. Symbolically we call it double implies. You know, implies symbol, double implies two side arrow. Now let us say that two lines are given in the according to the diagram, and say the angle that L1 makes with the positive direction of x-axis is say theta 1, and say angle L2 makes with the positive direction of x-axis, let us say it is theta 2. Okay, right? Last time I think I have explained what is the positive direction. Anti-clock. Look at my pen. this is positive direction, anti-clock. This is clockwise. It is negative direction. Clear? Okay. Trigonometry में पढ़े हो आप. Okay. Now, if theta 1 is the angle, then what is the slope of line L1? I am not writing each and every sentence according to by the diagram. Okay. From the above figure or say diagram, you can say that slope of L1, line L1 is what? Theta 1 is the angle. Then you can say it is tan theta 1. Just now I have written slope is tan theta. Correct? So here is a theta 1. So L1 का slope जो है, let us say I just assume that it is M1. Then it is tan theta 1. Okay. So let me say the slope of this one, ये line जो है ना, उसका slope M1 is tan theta 1 and the slope of another line M2 is tan theta 2. Correct? And slope of L2 is say M2 and M2 is tan theta 2. Correct? This is tan theta 1 and this is tan theta 2. Correct? Now, what's your observation geometrically? Can you see that theta 1 and theta 2 are equal in measure? Because L1 and L2 are parallel, then x-axis become transversal. Isn't it? This is a transversal and it is on the, both the angles are on the same side of the transversal. Okay. I think it is known as something corresponding angle or what. I don't remember exactly the name, but both are congruent. So theta 1 and theta 2 are equal. Isn't it? So that is what I am going to write here. Okay. Now I am writing on the other page that now say L1 is parallel to L2, then this double implies theta 1 is equal to theta 2. Okay, double implies it is a, and so this double implies applying tan on both the side, tan theta 1 is equal to tan theta 2, and this double implies M1 is equal to M2. Correct? So ये जो हुआ M1 is equal to M2, this is the required condition, dear students. Okay, दोस्तों, this is the required condition. So what is the required condition? For two lines to be parallel to each other, their slopes are equal. If the slope of the two lines are equal, then those two lines are bound to be parallel. And conversely, if two lines are parallel, then their slopes are equal. Therefore, I am writing double implies notation, and double implies means necessary and sufficient. Okay, any doubt? I hope it's clear. Next topic I am taking now is same title, but instead of parallel, I will write perpendicular. Okay, so necessary and sufficient condition, for two distinct lines. For two distinct lines L1 and L2 to be perpendicular to each other. I am writing it symbolically this way, perpendicular. ऐसे लिख सकते हैं, perpendicular to each other. Okay, so this is the title. Again, it is necessary and sufficient. So let us again draw a rough diagram. Say x-axis and y-axis. And now we have to draw two lines. Okay, just say this is one line, say L1, and it makes, and एंगल ऑफ थीटा 1. ये जो एंगल है वो कितना लेंगे हम, थीटा 1 with the positive direction of x axis. Now another line I have to draw which is perpendicular to L1. तो इसको यूं ड्रॉ करेंगे, this way it is, okay, say L2, and what is the angle with the positive direction, ये वाला है exterior वाला, be careful, okay, theta 2, right, and this angle is a right angle because it's a 90 degree, no, perpendicular to each other, correct? Okay. Now just for instance, suppose that this point of intersection is P, and suppose that this is A, say this is B, like that. So there is one important result there, okay. I am not writing like the previous one, L1 का slope कितना होगा tan theta 1, L2 का slope कितना होगा tan theta 2. So that I am not writing in words. Here I am directly showing you M1 is equal to tan theta 1. Like this only I am showing. And L2 का slope जो होगा वो हो जाएगा tan theta 2. I am just symbolically I have written. I am not explaining in words. Now here we see that if L1 is perpendicular to L2, L1 is perpendicular to L2, then this double implies. Now, there are again two ways to write down. What are the two ways? You know, this is 90 degree. 90 degree means you can say it's pi by 2 or a 90 degree. In radian measure pi by 2. Now in geometry, there is a one very important result. I am just speaking. If you want to note down, just please note it down. Now see that there is a triangle PAB and the theta 2 is exterior angle. It is not interior but exterior. Now the result is like this, that the measure of the exterior angle of any triangle is equal to the sum of their interior opposite angles always. So theta 2 is exterior angles, then which are the interior opposite angles of theta 2? Interior opposite angles are these two, dear friends. Okay दोस्तों, ये वाले दोनों, these two, pi by 2 and theta 1 are known as interior opposite angles. This is exterior angle, this is interior opposite angles. Okay, so theta 2 is equal to pi by 2 plus theta 1. This is the geometrical result I am using it. Okay friends, okay. Now one more thing also I just explained, that possible that this is L2 line, then this is theta 2, and this is L1 line, then this is theta 1. Then only thing you have to interchange theta 2 and theta 1 here. But the final condition what we are going to derive will be same. No problem. So right now theta 1 is acute and theta 2 is obtuse, but we can interchange it. Possible that theta 1 is obtuse and theta 2 is acute, no issue, no problem. Only theta 1, theta 2 interchange, but the final condition will be same. We are going to derive. So, this is the result. Again, be careful. For every triangle, for any triangle, the exterior angle is equal to the sum of their interior opposite angles. ये याद रखना, लिखना है तो लिख के रखना. So now this double implies, apply tan on both the sides. So tan theta 2 is equal to tan of pi by 2 plus theta 1. Why we are applying tan only? Because it gives us slope. Therefore, okay, that is why. So now you know pi by 2 plus theta 1. So now it is which quadrant? Second quadrant. In the second quadrant, tan negative. All S, T, C, do you remember? I think Pancholi sir ने पढ़ाया होगा, right? So all S, T, C. So tan negative, tan will be converting into cot. So it will be minus cot theta 1. So tan theta 2 is equal to minus cot theta 1 ये मिला हमको. So that means what? Just see now. That is, what is tan theta 2? M2. And what is cot theta 1? Reciprocal of this thing. Reciprocal means minus 1 upon M1. Isn't it? So friends, इसको मैं बना देता हूँ बॉक्स. ये हो गई हमारी necessary and sufficient condition. Okay, M2 is equal to minus 1 upon M1, or the same can be written as cross multiply. So if you cross multiply it, M1 M2 is equal to minus 1. M1 M2 is equal to minus 1. And got this? So what do you mean by M1 M2 is equal to minus 1? The product of the slopes of any two line is minus 1. Then the lines are going to be perpendicular to each other. Isn't it? And in this way, if you want to explain, then how to explain this thing? That the slope of one line is negative reciprocal of the other. Listen again what I am saying. The slope of the one line is negative reciprocal of the other. Negative reciprocal means what? For instance, suppose the slope of L1 is 3. Then what would be the slope of L2? If it is 3, then L2 slope will be minus 1 upon 3. Negative reciprocal. So 3, then minus 1 upon 3. Okay. Minus 2, then its negative reciprocal will be 1 upon 2. In other sense, you can say that if the product of the slope is minus 1, then both the lines are said to be perpendicular to each other. So this is a required condition. This is required condition. Okay friends, clear? Right. Now the third theory topic for today is angle between the two lines. It's very important concept. Just be careful. Angle, or say measure of angle between, I'm writing in short, angle between two non-perpendicular lines, let me say. और से lines अगर लिखे तो क्या हो सकता है कि if the lines are perpendicular, then no need to use the formula. Therefore, okay. So two non-perpendicular lines. Okay. Non-perpendicular lines. Okay. So let's see. Again, we have to go for its definition. Here is the definition also. This is very important concept. Not only for this chapter, for standard 12, I am telling. Okay. So angle between two non-perpendicular lines, just look. I am explaining with a diagram, and also there is a definition. So we have to understand definition also. Now here two axes, x-axis, y-axis. Then I draw two lines. Just say this is say L1 and the another line L2. Okay, L2. Now this angle is again same thing which we did in the last two theories. Theta 1, this is theta 2. Just say slope M1 is equal to tan theta 1. So I am not explaining all this thing again. Iska slope M2 is equal to tan theta 2. Now the important thing comes. If you want to measure the angle between the two intersecting lines which are non-perpendicular. Non-perpendicular means obviously if the two lines are like this, perpendicular to each other, then the angle between them is 90 degree. So no need to of any formula. But here if you see, what's your observation? So our observation is, just see that again recall the high school geometry. ये जो क्रॉस मार्क किए, do you know that these two are congruent? There is a particular name given to it. They are called vertically opposite angles. They are known as what? Vertically opposite angles. Correct? Okay. And same way, these two, the circled one, are also vertically opposite angles. So they are also congruent. So now confusion. Which angle to be considered? Cross mark or circle mark? So remember friends, there is a definition for the angle between two intersecting lines. If you see that the cross mark angles are acute, can you see? And the circle mark angles are obtuse. So in the definition it is accepted that the angle between two lines are always considered to be acute angle, not the obtuse one but the acute one. Okay, so that's a definition that also you have to remember. So if L1 and L2 are intersecting to each other, okay, then what angle you will say? The measure of acute angle. Okay, and in fact it's a pair, I say, pair of vertically opposite. So pair of, then the pair of the measure of acute angle. Okay, between them is called or is said to be angle between them. Okay, is called angle between two lines L1 and L2. Usually it is denoted by alpha or theta because you know the angle. Okay, let's suppose in the figure I take it as alpha or theta, whatever you want to take. Okay, so in the figure or in the diagram, okay, theta is the angle, theta is the required angle. Okay, theta is the required angle, and the formula for theta is, now no derivation. Earlier we used to ask this as a theory, but now you have to just remember the formula, and the formula is to find theta. Okay, so what is the formula to find theta? The formula goes like this: tan theta is equal to, this is the formula, m1 minus m2 upon 1 plus m1 into m2. This is the formula, my dear children. याद रखना, ये हमारी फॉर्मूला है. ओके, ठीक है. And what theta there? Theta is acute or obtuse? Where theta is acute means 0 to pi by 2. Sorry, ये याद रखना. Okay, theta always to be taken 0 to pi by 2. Now dear children, the confusion is between slope and the angle formula. because tan theta is also for the slope, और वहाँ पे हमने लिया हुआ है 0 to 180, है ना? ओके, एंड हियर tan theta इज फॉर द एंगल, सो बी केयरफुल. अगर ऐसा है ना तो देन यू चेंज द नोटेशन, इंस्टेड ऑफ थीटा टेक अल्फा. ओके, राइट? बट आई थिंक इन द टेक्स्ट बुक if they have written alpha or theta, I think they are using theta notation. That is why. Otherwise, in our state board textbook older one, it was alpha only. So ऐसा है तो अल्फा ले लेना, लेकिन उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. The only thing is you have to remember is here theta is acute, means 0 to pi by 2 only, while in the slope theta between 0 to 180, है ना? ठीक है, that is the slope of a line, this is the angle, and using this formula you will get the answer of tan theta, and from which you get theta. Suppose I get the answer of tan theta equal to 1 by root 3 for instance, then theta is equal to pi by 6 or say 30 degree. So angle will be 30 degree like that. Suppose tan theta का आंसर आ गया root 3, तो आंसर will be pi by 3 or a 60 degree like that. ठीक है, so 30, 60, 45 the known angle will be given to us. ठीक है ना, right? So this was the third theory today. Okay, and what was it? Angle between two lines, non-perpendicular lines. And again I recall what is the definition says: between the two lines, acute angle only considered to be an angle between the two lines, not the obtuse one. Circle वाले obtuse है, they are not the angle between two lines, only acute angle. Be careful. There are actually total 4 angles, but there are 2 pairs vertically opposite, 2 congruent pairs. So out of the 2 congruent pairs, I have to take the acute pair as the angle. That's all. And this is the formula. Okay, friends, right? So now we have completed theory parts which comes before the 10.1 exercise, and now I can go directly for the exercise 10.1 in the next lecture. There is just one small point remain, that is collinearity of 3 points using slope, but that I will make you understand directly when we do the sum or before I start the exercise in the next lecture. Okay, so thank you very much friends, have a nice day.